Hmm?
What
What?
did you say you do with them?
So then I'll take them out to a very nice dinner and probably, you know what I'm saying, make sure I open the door and be very chivalrous. Go ahead, G.
I don't know where to go from there because I think my brain was trying to figure out if you were trying to insult women, and it just kind of
Right?
got stuck.
JR, I don't like you sometimes because I'm in the same boat. I'm
No,
like,
no, no. We did really good last episode, you guys. And I do want to give a huge shout out to the viewers for coming through, tapping in. The live chat was bumping. All right. For those of you who showed up to the live premiere, because I saw the numbers fluctuating, so I know you were there. For those of you who showed up and didn't participate in the chat, please feel free to participate in the chat. That's one of the reasons why we drop them live. We love interacting with you, and then you'll be able to actually like interact with us in real time. Sometimes those live chats can get a little spicy, but all in all, it's all about support and just joining the conversation. This is your moment. But yeah, shouts out to everybody who showed up for the From 0 to 100
episode.
episode.
Absolutely. We promise y'all we don't bite unless you ask us to.
What?
Ew. What? No. What?
That is not a statement supported by Life with You podcast.
What is going on there? I don't biting.
Shelly's saying that she bites. So,
Well, I'm
y'all,
just saying, no man ever appreciate a biter, a nibble, or any of that. No.
that's not true.
That's not true.
That is not true.
That is so not true.
Are we thinking about the same thing?
When
I'm not talking about nibbling, biting ears.
When I like really like a guy, I just get this urge to just like
It's
Bite
a
his
love
dick?
language. No.
no.
Now,
Although I have thought about it before. I have
you can listen, but you can't.
just
but
a
you can't.
light like
It's a
little-
graze. It's a
Mhm.
graze. You can't chomp it, but it has to be just like
Mhm.
a light teeth graze, just a sensation thing. But you have to be so careful if you do it, because if you do it
Yeah.
wrong, it's gonna hurt him. But if you do it just right, you'll have his legs shaking.
Were you the one? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just really glad today's episode isn't about like men and women type deal type shit, because y'all clearly know nothing about men to have that conversation out here being dick nibblers.
No, you don't.
I've never
It's
nibbled a
graze.
dick. I've only thought about it.
You only graze, and I've had guys ask for it after I did it before. They're like, "Can you do that thing again?"
Shelly's into that kinky shit.
That's not kinky shit.
Yeah, it is.
That's
Yeah, it
domestic
is.
violence.
It is
No,
not.
it's not.
Yes, that
No,
is.
it's not. No, it's not. JR, okay, do this. Do this for me. Take your finger.
What are we doing? No, because JR, I'm going to stop her for you. Because what she's going to have you do is something that's going to simulate sucking dick. Don't do that to JR.
First and foremost, I know when to cut it out, but I got my finger. What's up?
So if you take your finger, and no, it doesn't. It's just to give him an idea, because obviously he's never had it done, or you've had somebody with teeth and with them chompers, them beaver teeth, and they hurt you. So I apologize about that.
Has anybody ever bit your dick, JR?
Okay, first and foremost, I would like to say that we do not support talking about dick on Life with G podcast. But what I will also say is that I've had women who did not know how to give proper mouth hugs perform a mouth hug on me. So,
sorry for your loss.
Yeah. Anytime you, never mind, doesn't matter. We're not talking about that. So, and my fingers down.
Ain't nothing worse than somebody acting like they can give head and then they get down there and you're just like, what was that?
That's like 90% of women.
And that's 90% of men.
Who?
Excuse me? Y'all get down there and just be like barely.
Like, what's
barely?
This?
Like you're just like, like a little, like,
little
and then you're
lizards.
like, ooh, yeah, girl, you like that? Like, what did you do?
I could have. No, I'm not gonna say that. Yeah. What is that? What is the thing that sticks his tongue out really fast? Like a little lizard or a little snake. Like, just taste it.
Eaters.
I'm like, what the hell is this? Thank you.
This cannot get posted, but I feel like anteaters. I bet anteaters.
Yo, G, stop. 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 Even I have to call timeout on that.
If a motherfucker was like, girl, I'm like an anteater, I'd be like, you know what? I'm fucking with it.
But they do suck though, because if you think about it, they lick with their tongue. Like, okay, growing up, my mother made me learn the encyclopedia. Listen, no. I'm just saying, I had to read the dictionary and the encyclopedia during the summer times. That was mandatory. So I know when you talk about anteaters, people think they just like eat with their tongues and just lick it, even though they do have rough tongues and they do move them out really fast. But they also have a heavy suction. So if a man tells me, "Girl, I'm gonna eat you like an anteater," I'm gonna say, "Let's go, baby."
That sounds like the cats are fighting again.
Simba! Niggas are out here sucking cooch.
Oh
my God, my niggas are down bad, bro.
Whatever.
You know what? We were gonna talk about something serious today, but I'm
please. That's why I have not engaged on none of the stuff y'all just said about animals.
Hear me out. I feel like we should do the fun topic because we're clearly in a fun mood.
I'm always in a fun mood.
Are you Mr. Fun?
Yeah, I am actually.
Good here. You want them people to be like, "I'm here for a fun time, not a long time," ain't you?
No, I tell them I'm not here for a long time, and that's it. That's all.
I hate that statement. You just
D+ isn't very fun. So
what are you gonna do when you're ready for like a serious relationship and you're ready to like really take a girl serious, but you've exhausted majority of your options because you were just I don't want a long-term thing ass motherfucker, and you just pigeonholed yourself and now you have to settle.
Damn, that's a tough question because I truly don't believe that men have those problems. So I mean, I would have to first address that if men had those problems, then I would be down bad. As a man get older, they get more options as they get older.
Have you not heard because there's a thing, and I don't know who started it, but I feel like I've heard men say it a lot, where they say that by the time men are ready and mature enough to like want to settle down and be maybe with one woman or whatever the case is, by the time that you guys are ready for that, you're not marrying the woman of your dreams. You're marrying the woman who was just happened to be there. So wouldn't that kind of go with the theory of like, y'all in the process of sowing your wild oats, you are eventually going to have to settle?
Not necessarily, because that would make you think that men have more than the most simple criterias ever. You know what I'm saying? So like the woman of my dream is what? A woman who can shut up, give unlimited mouth.
JR, you know what? Like, all right.
I'm just saying though. So that's not a difficult woman. It's like, oh, damn, that's probably like a bunch of women like that. The ones that's gonna get on gonna be compliant pretty much. There's probably a lot of women like that. Definitely if they respect you. Definitely a lot more women if they respect you highly. So I mean, I don't think that's a big problem. It's not like we're looking for a woman who has to be 5'5", has to make this much money, have to be college educated, have to be like, we're not looking for that. We look for a woman who's going to just bring peace and shut up. So
apparently that's difficult for y'all to find because you complain that there's not enough women out here who just want to give peace and shut up.
Right.
Well, that's because men look for it the wrong way. They don't look for it as like strategically. They look for it with just dick. So if you look for it strategically, then you're going to find the woman. But if you look for it with just dick, you're probably not going to find that woman.
I get that.
That's valid.
So, JR, I have to ask your opinion on this really quick. And then I guess we can go into whatever our topic's going to be. But I definitely got to hear it from you. What do you think about the 5B movement?
The 5B movement?
So everybody knows about the 4B movement where women basically have stopped dating men. A lot of women have stopped dating men, and it really stems from wanting just to be respected more and to be cared for more and things like that. So men have started this 5B movement as a response to the 4B movement, which is basically soft men era now, supposedly, which is with the 5B movement. So you know about the whole sprinkle for the girls or for the women.
But what is soft man era? What does that constitute for men? What are they saying?
That's exactly what I'm going to go over. So their soft male era is basically the exact same as a woman. Basically, basically how women want to be provided for. They want to be protected. That means, hey, you ask me out, you're paying for the meal. We're not going 50-50. You want to, you like a certain thing, like you like my upkeep, you're going to contribute to that. So guys are now saying that they're in their soft guy era and they want the women to do what the women want the men to do.
What are we? Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it. I think it's great. I think that's an amazing thing for men to do. I think if they want to continue doing it as a whole, cool. That's even better for me. That's just more options for me because these women are not going to come at them. So I think if they want to self-destruct and allow me to have more options to love multiple women and to take care of multiple women and provide for multiple women and make sure that they're good and giving me unlimited mouth hugs, let all the men become little bitches. Don't care. That's good for them. Let them go ahead, die alone too, and I'll take them all. Don't worry. I love it.
You heard it here, folks.
I think that's the problem, is that we're too busy trying to like one up each other. That like, what is the, back in elementary school, they used to have that jingle that's like, anything you could do, I could do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Yeah. And it's like, everybody has their own strengths. Even as a woman, there's things that are categorized as feminine that I don't do well.
Like what? I'm curious.
No, we're not getting into that, but I don't do well. I don't do well. So I just feel like, I don't know, the switching of roles and that part is like, we have to know instinctively, like that's not going to end well because that's not naturally where we're supposed to be.
You can't force a man to be in his masculinity. You can't force, like a woman can't force a man to be in his masculinity. But I do agree with the movement for women. If they want to sit here and say, no, as a man, be a man, you know what I'm saying? Do the chivalrous stuff. But at the same time, I would prefer those women to also be traditional too. That means if you're going to tell me to be this traditional man, then your ass better be a motherfucking virgin, right? Your ass better have very good morals and standards then, right? Like we about to see what's really happening then. Like, am I going to be able to really be traditional with another traditional woman? But you're not going to be a modern woman trying to tell me to be traditional. Nah, fuck you. This is the new modern man. If the new modern man wants to say 50-50, well then guess what? You the one that did everything you can to make sure your career's on point. You got money, accolades, and all that shit. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You want to be in this manly role too? Then we gonna share this bit. So I can understand how the men feel.
Yeah, and I think to be fair, my personal opinion is the women who are trying to start this movement, it's not coming from the women who are coming up and they are still virgins and they haven't, been out here dating and these are coming from women who are fed up because they have dated, they have had sex. And if we go back to the previous episodes where we talk about how men's focus is on a woman's past, I feel like that's where we immediately lose the argument, because the men are always going to say, but you literally just did this with so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. But now you're coming to me and telling me I can't do this. Now you want to have respect for yourself. So,
well, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand, is that when I said this about respect, it's either going to come from fear or admiration, right? So these women who are also giving the game to these younger women, if these women don't respect you as in fear or admire you, then it's like it's going in one ear and out the other. So this whole movement, again, like I said, is just a bunch of women who failed at dating, who wants to change it right now. But the change is not going to happen now. It's going to happen over time. So if you continue what you're doing, yeah, you might die alone. But the women after you, they're going to get a good quality of men, because men are not going to be able to do it. So, but nobody wants to be that person. Nobody wants to be the sacrifice. So I don't think it's going to last long. I think they're going to cave in ultimately. And it is what it is.
So I want to give some clarification, and I apologize. I misquoted. There's a difference. You have 4B, and then you have the sprinkle. Sprinkle are the women that want to be in their soft women era. They want to be feminine. They want to be provided for. The 4B movement actually stems from a movement in Korea where the women were denouncing men in marriage because of how their patriarchal society is ran.
Well, it's amazing how people still fail to understand how the Western society is. Women are more free now in the Western society than any other place, and it's it's crazy how they're complaining more here than they have any other place. So it's wild. I just want people to understand that. Like look at these places that you're talking about where that movement has to come in. It's like, yo, we are less than less. We have less rights and everything. Right now, women have every single right a man have, pretty much the exact same rights. So, well, not even pretty much. It is like there's not a right you can name that men have that women don't compared to everywhere else. So even in the place where women are as much free as possible, it's still more complaining, which shows you the quality of men we really do have here are pretty low.
Which is kind of sad. And I think we're not going to dive too heavy into this. And I know G is ready to move on, but I do want to say this, that while, yes, we do have a lot of rights that other countries don't have, I think the Westerners have taken from there when it concerns like our reproductive rights and things like that. Something that a lot of people may not realize is that we're at an all-time birthing low. And so with the systemic changes that have been happening, women are really afraid that we are really going back in time and that some of our basic rights that we fought for, such as our reproductive rights, are slowly being taken away. And somebody compared it to basically the onset of the Handmaid's Tales.
I have to rebuttal that so hard because you're, as you are right, it's a little bit deeper than that though, because you're looking at the population, right? So the population decrease is a real thing and it's really happening, right? And they're trying to fix that some way, because if they cannot fix the population decrease, then what's going to happen is they're going to have to get a lot of immigration and everything else to fill in those slots, which makes the way we work, our society work and move forward. And the problem with that is I honestly say it's the feminist movement though. That's the part that's really messed it all up though. It's not the fact that there aren't marriages. Like, yeah, marriages have declined, but that's because divorces have went up. And because divorces have went up, because women are not staying in divorces because of the new technology today's where women have maximum options, is now making it even harder for us to have a family. And I think that's also government assisted, where they don't want a family. Because let's say me and G are married, guess what? Our money grows. But if we're separated, our money split. And guess who gets most of that money? The society and the government or whatever. So that's their way of making sure they're getting paid. Even if you're getting child support from me, if we had kids, guess what? They're getting paid. So they want people split. The government is benefiting off of failed marriages though. But as a whole, it's now leading to less population, which now is a big problem. So I think that's really where it came from, is the government stuck their foot in their mouth trying to get more money, and they realized, damn, we really messing up this population, and the population is now decreasing. But the feminist movement is helping that a whole lot, because women are like, nah, not happening unless you're this, that, and the third. So I think that's a big, huge political problem too, and a huge problem that like is
this topic to me is always, because I don't know how much of this is going to make the cut, but just to say it, this topic is always like a touchy one for me, because I don't know the true stats of the true reasons behind the divorce. And I've worked in stats for a long time. I suck at math, but I've worked in stats for 6 years pretty much. That being said, you can make the stats look however you want them to. You can manipulate those stats. They'll be true stats, but depending on who you're surveying and the different factors there, you can make them say whatever you want. As far as like the divorce rate, I don't want to be so quick to blame women just because we're the ones pulling the trigger. If you don't feel safe somewhere and you're not okay, please seek help, get out of that situation. And I think that that's where we have to go back to, like, when we're talking about a traditional male and a traditional female role, that's been so corrupted because humans are greedy and we're selfish as fuck. So a lot of men will use that as an excuse to control the woman, overpower the woman, and put a woman in a dangerous situation. And at that point, it's not her duty to respect you as her husband. She needs to get out and protect herself. And that's where I feel like some of that divide is coming from. I can tell a woman, hey, stay in that marriage. Marriage is sacred. The family is sacred. But we have to realize that a lot of these relationships that people are having children in are very toxic situations. So we need to be careful about who we're laying. I think that's where it starts. Who the fuck you're laying down with.
I completely understand. I completely understand everything you're saying. I disagree with all of it, but I do understand everything you're saying. And
How
that's
can you just how? Oh yeah, I don't see how you can disagree with that. A lot of these relationships are not healthy ones.
yeah, but that's like, but you're saying not to blame the woman, for instance, and it's not about, to me, like I said, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm not about to, if I have to put the blame on somebody, it's going to be the one that's making the picks and making the choices, and that's normally the woman. The woman can't get married without the woman saying I do, or yes, I approve. You know what I'm saying? You can't get into the relationship without the woman saying yeah, because most guys are going to be the one that's approaching. So instead of telling, you know, saying them to get out, how about telling them, hey, don't get in it? It's a
Such a
gray
gray
area.
area.
Yes, because you don't. Okay, I'm gonna say this. G and I have a similar past. Men do not present themselves as that way. Sometimes there are no red flags. There are no warning bells at all. I
Mhm.
mean, and so in those cases, to sit here and say pick better, it's a misnomer because we are going with, as a renowned liar such as yourself, we're going with what you present to us. And we are, if we fall in love with you, we may do our digging, we are trying to do our due diligence, but at the end of the day, if you are a wolves in cheap clothing, you're right, you can only cover that for so long. But then once they got us, and then it's hell to get out of it. So I don't think saying that is really fair to women, JR. How about tell men just to do better? Keep your hands to yourself.
I do want to say that when it comes to I we have similar paths. I've been very open with this. Um Not saying that your situations have been similar to mine because I don't think we've ever talked like in detail of that. Me personally, I saw a lot of signs.
Oh yeah,
I
I did too.
saw plenty. And I can honestly say in every relationship that took a pretty crazy turn, I saw all the signs. Now, how do I put this? I think it has to do with like support, your past experiences as well, but like being strong enough to say, you know what, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's going to hurt me a little bit, I'm going to choose to leave because I'm seeing these signs versus sticking it out. That's where women fail.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because this is a serious conversation, but there's a trend, and this was one of the topics that was on the board. So maybe this can help segue into it. The trend going around on TikTok is like two female best friends, typically, and I think it's good to have JR here for the male perspective as well. But these girls will get together and they're going viral for sharing the craziest fucking stories about them and their ex situationships or their ex boyfriends of things that their partner did and they stayed. Like blatant red flags and they fucking stayed. And it's a kiki and it's a ha ha. But you listen to these women's and their stories and you literally sit back and think, now what the like what the fuck? Why did you stay? And then you cried about it and then you have women who, rest in peace, they die behind it. You get what I'm saying? And I don't think it's from a lack of support. I don't think it's from a lack of education. I think it's a lack of like emotional maturity and understanding that in life some shit's gonna have to fucking hurt, which may mean that you got to break up with that man that you fantasize about getting married to, or you have to separate the family. And I know JR is against that, but like sometimes you need to cut it before it gets to that point where you're sharing bills, you have 3 kids, you have a marriage. And that's where I think women fail. Because if there's one thing about a man that I've witnessed, at least a man that I deal with, the moment something stops serving them,
Pew,
bye,
they're
goodbye.
gone. They're
So
gone.
why do
Yeah.
women do the opposite? So I don't know if you guys want to use that and segue and make this a little bit lighter or where you guys want to go with it. But yeah.
No, I like that. I do. And I think what you said holds a little merit, but like I said, I'm not going against you. I'm not the type to tell women to get out. I'm the type to tell women don't get in. So that's the only difference. Is we can say the exact same thing. We're just speaking at it from two different points, not
Got
point
it.
of views, but two different points of a relationship. So I'm saying don't get to the marriage before you have to leave. leave way before that. Why are you even getting married if you still have a thought process that you could leave? Or is that, if that's even an option? You know, like if you don't, you should know this person inside and out. Like you haven't been through nothing with this person. You haven't been through ups and downs. There's no point of getting married yet because you don't know what's going to happen after that. So that's what I'm telling these women, because men, we're not thinking about that. We don't care about that. In our mind, we're only thinking the pressure as a man to be able to provide for your family. That is it. That's all we think about, not the other part where it's like the woman has to be the support, the helper, the everything else to their man. That's a big role for a woman, and it's a powerful role. And with great power comes great responsibility. You can't just give that role to any man. So that's what I'm saying, is that she should say, okay, bet, have I figured out everything? And then have a community with her, her family, fathers, uncles, other men who don't want to smash her. They have a say so in that too, to say, hey, look, you don't know about this, or you do know about this with the man. You've done this with the man. You've been through this with the man. Y'all seen each other's worst. Y'all were at the dirt. Y'all were at the bottom. Y'all been on top. He's been very respectful and great and all these other things. He has this, that, and the third. Like all that needs to come into place before you sit there and say, yeah, I'm gonna do it. A community around a marriage is way more important than just two people saying, I want to get married and making that
Yes.
decision.
Absolutely.
And that's what I
Yes.
want to bring it back to, is having that community around a marriage, that your families are involved. They agree.
Yep.
Your community's involved. They agree. All these different things must come in line for you to pick the best mate, because it's more pressure on the man to perform and it's more pressure on the woman to perform, and pressure makes diamonds. So that's what I
Absolutely.
truly believe.
I definitely
I
agree
agree
with
with
that.
that. So where do we want to take this train? Because we've taken it everywhere, but and it got real serious. We can tell the crazy stories and laugh. We can go into,
Wait, our own crazy stories
yeah, it would be our own crazy stories.
about our
I
exes?
wanted to participate in the challenge of
Of why did you say?
not why did I don't know if it's why did you say, but it's just like crazy shit that you stay like you still took him back or you still stay with your
Oh,
dude.
I don't have any of those stories. Any of my
But do you
women, they
have any stories where you did something that you knew like she
Yes.
should probably leave me for this, but she stayed anyways?
Yes. That's why you looking like that.
His face, he just froze. He's like,
I'm a very good man. I'm a very good man when it comes to committed relationships. So if I decide to get into a committed relationship, it's a really good situation.
right.
So if I take them recreational, it's not a real story. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no actual intent behind it. No good
But
intent,
it,
at least.
it kind of is because this feeds into your theory of like women need to hold men accountable and we don't.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, well, all right, Shelly, you can
Because
go first then.
even though you're treating them recreational, do they know that they know? I used to ask my men that I would talk to, be like, do you date anybody? Do you see anybody? And every man's response would be like, nah. And I'm like, all right, how many women think? How many women, to be honest, would think that they got something going on with you? And the answer, if they're being honest, that changes. So
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. Like you don't really see anything like, damn, I can't believe she said because it's recreational for you. But in that woman's mind, I guarantee you a lot of them sold themselves on a dream. I'm not saying you lied to them about that, but told themselves, oh, if I just wait a little bit longer, like he fucks with me so much, we finna be together. He gonna change for me. That's a delulu. And then we stay through shit that's kind of like this is your wake up call. He ain't never gonna be with you. Cause I'm sure you've had moments like that.
No, I probably just dumped her if I'm being 100. If I do something, like I think it was one time this girl, I was practice getting like breaking up with women. I had to practice breaking up with women because I wasn't good at it. So when I was
JR.
practicing, what what
Hold on. You dated women in order to practice breaking up with them?
yeah, I had to make sure I was really good at it because it's a difficult thing to do, to break up with women.
Of course.
Yeah,
It's
so
hard. Yeah.
Men are
so a
more
couple of them women I
difficult.
did. Well, probably I don't know. I never broke up with a man before,
I
but I
think
have
break
broke up with a woman.
I think breaking up with men is a lot more difficult, to be honest.
6 hours later.
She told me her trash needed taken out. Bitch, it's your house. Go take your trash out. What are you talking about? Did the nigga you did a one night stand with, did he take your trash out? No? I don't give a damn. You better not talk to me about that shit.
Are
That's
you
me.
serious?
I'm dead ass serious. I'm dead at you trying to make me work for what? Work for what?
If y'all are in a relationship, no, I'm not
Oh
talking.
yeah.
I'm not.
See, I don't do
talking
that
about,
shit though. See, I don't do
I'm
that
saying
shit,
I'm
Shelly.
not talking. See, that's the difference. I'm not talking about your recreational usage.
I'm trying to say every man needs to not be in these relationships until they ready. A lot of these men just get in relationships because it's the only way they can get consistent cat. Stop doing that shit. If you not ready for a real relationship, just go out there and just get some cat. Try to hunt.
All right.
Like,
and ladies, stop giving up the cat until you in a consistent relationship.
You're damn right. Stop giving up the cat until you get a man that's really gonna operate on that level. There you go. That just makes it easier for me too, because I lie about that level all day. So you gotta watch out for people like me. What? I said watch out for people like me, Shelly.
I'm losing with you.
Well, I'm agreeing with you. Watch women, watch out for people like me, because I'm telling you, I will lie my ass off, and I'm really good at it. So watch out for people like me, and then you will be okay. I promise you, you will be okay.
No, how about you just not do it? How about you hold yourself accountable, JR, and just not do it? Don't lie.
Dick be hard, Shelly. What I'm supposed to do?
Go get some damn Vaseline. Listen, it's plenty of toys out there for men. You want me to send you a sleeve, bro? If you need a sleeve, you need a fleshlight.
Is it gonna be new?
Yes. Listen,
what are we doing?
Hold on, G. What are we doing? Put it on your Amazon wish list, share it with me, and I will get that for you. Because, bro, if that's what it takes for you to stop sitting out here lying to these women, making them think that they have relationships, which is beyond fucked up, I'm going to help my sisters out. If that means I got to come out of pocket to help them out, I'm going to help them out. How about that?
I'm helping them out too.
No,
I'm
you're
saying
not.
it right here, live.
You helping yourself out.
What y'all have for dinner? What y'all have for dinner tonight? I'm eating Chipotle.
No, you're not moving no goddamn goalposts. We about to get back to this ex's story though. I'm just gonna tell Shelly that we're on the same page of helping these women. And I have not masturbated since like 2011. Because I'll be damned if I play with myself if I don't play with these bitches neither. You tripping? I'm not doing it.
But you is playing in their face if you telling a woman, "Oh, I like you," or "You special," and you only thinking about her recreational use. That's not playing in somebody's face. And then y'all wonder why women go psycho. You need to start watching Snapped. I'm just saying, y'all push women to that point.
I don't know how we got here.
Story.
That was educational, G. You know that was.
Was it? Was it so?
Did you learn something?
No.
Some of the looks on her face was just like, what the
hell? My looks was at you, Miss Shelley. But yeah, this was a prime example of what we talked about from 0 to 100. We gonna make it a debate. Damn it. And Shelley was the one who was like, we're not doing a gender debate, JR, we're not doing a gender debate.
And you see how she sucked me into it? You see how she did it?
Pause. I didn't suck you into it.
Pause again. Now let's get your ex story, because I ain't got one, Shelly.
An ex story of I took them back. Mine are all violent, so it's
what the fuck.
So we're
that's not true.
I didn't. Who did I take? Who did I tell? Refresh my memory, and I can tell the story. Who did I take back that wasn't?
This
violent?
might be a whole wash. I'll give you an example. For me, I'm not telling one of yours because you're just gonna be like, "Girl, I can't believe you." I'm not doing that. You decide.
No, but I don't. I genuinely don't know.
So,
if you give me a name or
I'm trying to think of like crazy dumb shit that I like absolutely knew, and then I took him back. Oh fuck.
Gee, I don't mind telling it, but just give me a scenario.
No, I'm not. I know how this game goes. I already know how this game goes.
Text it to me.
Nope.
I can't think of anything.
Damn, you had that many exes, girl?
Vixen.
Or that they tried to come back.
The fuck they did. Oh, I got some comeback stories now.
They tried to come back after they did something wild.
Oh yeah,
we got to spin the block. You know how that go.
Years later, yeah, I got that.
Why does my camera keep doing this?
No,
like
I don't understand. One time, one of my exes, we wasn't even together. This is how stupid this was. One time he canceled our Valentine's Day weekend trip. And then he went missing on Valentine's Day night to have a threesome with two girls he met on an app. And then I took him back. Shelly, your turn.
Hold
To be
on. Can I
fair,
shout out to the
I knew.
kings?
Oh my god. Yeah, you know how we go live? He like went live, right? And as he was driving to meet me, he was live streaming, ignoring my phone calls, met this one girl who was closer. I guess she got to talking that shit. It was like, come through, me and my friend, whoop de whoop. And then he went and did that and then ignored me. So while I was thinking my man got in a wreck, right? He was out fucking two bitches on Valentine's Day.
And you took him back?
To be fair, I didn't know what he was actually doing until like he admitted it to me afterwards. But the point is, I knew ladies, it's Valentine's night. And he goes missing. And then he pops up the next morning on some, what's the problem? I don't understand. And you knew he was on, we all know. We all know what the fuck he was doing. And I stayed anyways. It wasn't the same, but I stayed. That's that loyalty. Loyalty.
City boys, we up.
I can't think of anything other than.
Oh my god, Shelly once had a man fake his own death.
Okay, but I didn't take him back.
Friend. So, no. This isn't just taking him back. This is just crazy shit stories. Had his friend contact her, say he was dead, and then try to pop up a couple months later, like, what's happening?
Yes. Okay, so I thought we were doing take back stories. Okay, then I got crazy stories like that for days. So yes, so I was talking to a guy. And he literally, because we talked every morning, every night, we called every day, and I hadn't heard from him in like 24 hours. And I was texting, I was like, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? And then lo and behold, his friend was like, I'm not gonna put his name out there. I don't even think that's his real name anymore, by the way. But he was like, he was like, he's in the ICU. He's had an accident. I was just like, what? Why didn't you guys call me? He was like, oh, he cared about you so much. He talked about you. And then like I got a text the next day saying that he passed away. I'm distraught because we had dated for like 6 months. I'm just like, oh my God, this man then died on me. I'm like, how the hell this happened? 4 months later, this man slid into my DMs. Was like, hey baby, what's up? Lazarus has risen. Like, yo, did we just totally forget that you faked your death on me?
This is what I want to know.
Oh shit.
I want to know because I've had dudes like copy and paste shit and like not remember if it's been like a couple months or whatever in between hitting on me if they got ignored. So didn't you say you met him in like a group?
I did.
I wonder if he just forgot.
I think he
did it and was like, hey, I like that right there, and completely forgot. Was your message thread still on there?
No.
Gone.
No, I think the message thread had deleted, but he slid into my DMs on Facebook, and he and I used to text on WhatsApp. So I had the entire thread from WhatsApp still. But I'm like, how do you not remember my face? There are not too many people that look like me.
Because he didn't care. That's why.
And I'm just like, yo.
Hold on. I'm just cracking up because JR is, y'all can't. Oh God, I'm dying. Y'all can't see JR, but he is cracking up. I have to just take a pause because we know that's wild. That's just insane. But
it is.
JR, I kind of want to get him to like grade like what level of fuckery that was. From a man's point of view, like what score does he get?
All right, look. I will. I'm gonna be on. I'll fake my death before too.
JR, I'm done with you. I'm so done. You know what? I take back all my accolades, all my cool points I gave you. You're done. It's
look, you saying that literally struck a memory of mine of when I was in Germany for 2 months.
Oh my God.
And I met this chick out there, and she was amazing woman, extremely amazing woman. And of course, I lied about everything. Name, everything. I mean, I lied about absolutely everything. She didn't know nothing about me. But I was leaving. I had to go to this job and in Texas, so I had to leave, and I was leaving for good. And again, I already lied about so much stuff that I couldn't tell her what I was doing, because then it would show how much other stuff I lied about. So instead, I said, "Well, fuck it, might as well die on this tree." And then that's what made me realize, why not just die then, nigga? You know what I'm saying? So I
JR.
just straight ghosted her, right? But
JR.
my homeboy, look, so I ghosted her, and my homeboy was cool with her homegirl. When I mean cool, I mean you know what I'm saying. So they asked about me, and he like, nah, he went to, I think he said Dubai, right? He went to Dubai. You're like, oh, okay, cool. So then he knew he was getting a job in Georgia, so he was leaving. When he left, like right when he left, they had hit him up, was like, and he left like probably like a week after me or 2 weeks after me or whatever. Um, they had asked, like, I haven't heard from Josh. That was the name I gave them, was Josh.
Fuck
They
you.
was, "Seven,
On behalf of her, fuck you. Fuck you.
I haven't heard from Josh," and he was like, it was a tragic accident. And he made up this whole story that I died on a
Was it a
four-wheeler
car?
in Dubai.
See,
Um,
bullshit, bullshit,
What was
bullshit.
so
the
they
death
were
story again?
they were so distraught. They were so distraught. And just mind you, I wasn't gonna say all that. I was just saying I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Straight ghost, like I'm dead to her type shit. When I said that, I didn't think he would actually do it. So when he really did it, I was like, cool, whatever. Anyway, nigga,
So
I don't
your
give a fuck.
homie's the asshole more than you are in that
Well,
situation.
this what made it worse, because me and her was like conversing on Snapchat.
J.
She saw your
No,
snap.
no, 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 no,
She saw your
no.
snap.
Oh
Oh,
my
she
God.
she saw my snap, and she was like, "You're alive?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Fuck, I forgot all about these German bitches. I forgot all about it." So of course, I'm like, "Fuck." I'm like, "Yeah, I had a tragic accident in Dubai, but they didn't think I was gonna make it, but I made it." She was like, "Oh my God. Um, he said you died." I'm not gonna say my homie name out there, because you know what I'm saying, that's my dog. She was like, he said you passed away. I said, well, that's what they said was gonna happen. They didn't think I was gonna make it. She was just on some like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you made it, blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm back in the States because of the accident, blah 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 blah." And then, you know what I'm saying? That was that. Then I just pretty much just deleted and blocked her after that, because I ain't want that evil on me. You feel me? So
That evil on you. You put it on yourself. Listen to him. Listen to
yeah,
him.
it is. It is.
I
You're
didn't want
right.
that evil on me. You put it on yourself.
But that's what made Shelly's story so funny to me,
Um,
because I'm like, hey, only real niggas can understand that one.
just the faking your own death. That's just so crazy to me.
And there
Crazy to
was
me.
and there was no need to do that. Understand
Mm-mm.
this.
Yeah, I'm giving him a
Understand this.
3, because he should never hit you up. That's a 3.
He
That's
should
a
have
3
never hit
rating.
her, but he does sloppy work. Do you know how many? This is where my brain went to. How many women do you go through that elaborate thing with to forget about a woman that you? Because that's a forever lie. You can't
All the
come
time.
back from "I died."
All the time. All the time. And I mean just in general. I will run the same game on a woman I've ran already and don't even remember her. And she'll tell me that, and I'll be like,
And
damn,
she'll
for real.
tell, but see,
She'll
I
still
don't like
stay,
that.
but still, I'll be like, oh shit.
Again, I don't know where to take. I don't even know what to title this episode.
I just love the stories about the exes, because they just show, and remember, the concept of the stories was what the man did, that the woman
Ah.
stayed. That's so we already have that dynamic. So it's like
I could say stuff that I've done that a man has stayed through.
oh please, I
Oh
definitely want to hear
yeah.
all these. I want to these king. Hey Kings, take notes. Take
I
notes.
don't even want to say like he shouldn't have stayed because
Oh nah. I got some. He shouldn't have stayed.
I can tell
Once
you
again,
moments where I know I went cuckoo kaboo, where like even in my deranged mental state after I did what I did, I was like, he should be concerned. Like he should not want to be around me when I'm acting this way. One time I was cooking dinner. I had made a big bowl of spaghetti and it was good. So I cook good, y'all. Anyways, I cooked for this man. He came home from work. We wasn't getting along. and I am a praise type of person. Like I love being
Appreciate
told,
it.
like,
Mhm.
like I love this. Thank you for dinner. Like, so I do acts of service because I like to be praised. Cool. So we have
Words
been
of
getting
affirmation.
along. Say what?
Words of affirmation. You like
Yes,
that?
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
I see
yes.
what you're saying.
So we weren't getting along, but I was like, fuck it. He's my man. I'm gonna still make him dinner. And I'm waiting for him because I love you enough. I'm still gonna do this when I'm mad. I'm waiting for him to give me my accolades for damn baby, this was good. Thank you so much for dinner. At least he comes in and he makes a comment about how I don't do nothing for him. He does everything for himself. I don't do nothing. As I'm looking at this big bowl of spaghetti, and this man forms his mouth to say these words to me while he's serving himself my spaghetti. And I just remember staring at the back of his head. He had one of them rolls on the back of his head, and I just stared at that motherfucking roll, and I was like, "Oh, you got me fucked up." So I waited. I waited until he was about to take his first bite. He's sitting in his drawers in front of the TV, serving up the spaghetti. He goes to take a bite, and I knock his fucking fork out his hand. I take that plate of spaghetti, throw it up against the wall, plate shattered, spaghetti on the wall, go back into the kitchen, take the spaghetti, and I said, I don't ever do nothing for you. And I poured it down the disposal after he had worked like a 15-hour shift.
My dog.
Look here, Kings.
But
My
Not
I
dog.
will I will say this. I will say this. The calmness in which he didn't really react too much. He kind of laughed. He left the house. I didn't see him for a while. And I felt like I've lost it. But what made me go even crazier was his non-reaction to it. He got me
Kings,
in the
pay
end. He got
attention.
me in the end because I wanted a reaction. He didn't give me shit.
Kings, pay attention. This is what I'm talking about, Kings. This is what I'm talking about. Do not go deep with them. If they go bad, they don't really want to go bad. Women don't want to go bad. They don't want to be upset. They don't want to be mad and mean.
We don't.
I
Do
just wanted
not
him to be like, "Thank you,
interact
baby."
with that evil side of them. It is not for real. It's not serious. They're just having that spurt
No.
of vulnerability, and they don't know where to move that energy. They have this negative energy that's cooped up, and they don't know where to put it. And then somehow they unleash it.
Okay.
Don't get upset about that. Don't lash out. Don't throw the spaghetti at her. Don't pick up the glass and throw it at her. No, just evacuate the premises. And
Evacuate.
then let her know. I would say if that is your woman, let her know, hey, I'm gonna go take a walk. I'm gonna go take a drive. I'll
Yeah,
be
that
back at
part's important.
and
Yeah.
then because you want to keep that line of communication because she might have done something, but she got to clean up that spaghetti in that plate anyway. So it's not like it's on you.
I did, and I was mad. I was
Never
mad at
make
myself.
never make a mess. I think yeah, I've always been a little crazy. All of these stories are strictly fiction. What is it? Nonfiction that aren't true. For the sake of
No,
Nonfiction
they're
means they are true.
fictional. They're
okay.
Fiction means they're not. They're false.
I
They're
think they
not.
can tell at this point that you're about to say a true story, but for legality purposes, she's not.
Yeah, for guys, these are not true statements. All right. So there was one time I was arguing with E1 and
No. Pause. I need y'all to
on
understand the level of disassociation that Shelly does with her exes. They have names, and for a long time, I thought their nicknames were like E1, E2, and I guess you could say that they are. She has labeled her exes after parking spaces. Okay, E1, X1, E2, X2. That is the level of disassociation. So when she says E1, just know. But okay, Shelly, go ahead. You was arguing with E1.
no, I was arguing with E1 in my car
Mm.
and he said something and I was like, get out then. And he got out the car, which I expected him to, because it was close enough to his house. I'm like, get out. I'm not gonna deal with this. And he said something to me, and I was like, move. He wouldn't move. So
After he's out of the car.
after he's out of the car,
After he's out. So you're
he
arguing through the window?
right. No,
Okay.
he's like trying to stand in front of my car, like you're not gonna go anywhere. I'm like, you're already out the car. If you want to stay argue, you should have stayed in the car. So I politely, I couldn't I politely proceeded to move him with the vehicle. Um, and did a quick UE in the middle of the street to head home.
Hold on, I'm watching JR. I'm looking for JR's reaction because once she said that the argument started in the car, I knew where the story was going. But I'm watching JR's eyes go like, "Yeah, I'm with you." And then he's like, "Wait a minute, what the fuck?"
Yo, she said, "Move him with the vehicle" is wild.
Politely is the funny part to me. She's like, "I just politely moved you with my
Moved
vehicle."
him with the vehicle.
At this point, it was just just a little push. I mean, he was already hobbled, so it's not like it was a big deal.
Shelly.
Oh God, he was crippled. We ran over crippled niggas.
She probably like, how you think his leg got fucked up? This ain't the first time.
Nigga, you used to it, nigga. Fuck it, nigga.
All right.
Oh
my God. Baby.
Right, I got one. I got
baby, if you hold on, baby, if you watch this, that I just got
say E1. Don't call him baby.
No, I ain't talking to anyone, baby. If you watching this episode, I need you to understand that was the old me. That is not the case now. I am very well in control of everything. Once again, it was a fictional story.
I don't know, man. She been suppressing shit since I've known her. It's been about 2 years. I've never seen Shelly like pop. One of these days, Shelly's gonna explode. So, baby,
old dogs careful. Don't learn new tricks now. You know that.
Hey, JR, what's your crazy story?
Oh, okay. So look, you already know ex-wife, right? Backstory about me. I love bitches. You already know that, right? And I love hoes, right? You know what I'm saying? Phil, what the hell? I love hunting hoes. Like, that's just my shit. You know what I'm saying? I love it. But when I got into a committed relationship, of course, I'm very monogamous in a committed relationship. You know what I'm saying? Not because, and it's by choice, not because she told me I have to be monogamous. It's because I take that shit with a lot of pride. So being monogamous in this relationship, instead of going out there and hunting for hoes, instead, I took my piece in like playing games, video games and shit, and just relaxing at the house, watching movies and shit, right? Now, I realized this a little bit later in my marriage. I should have realized it earlier, that the one thing you don't want is your woman going to the grocery store, and when she comes home, she sees you on the game or watching a movie or at peace, and she's not the one that provided it for you, right? So I realized women get upset about that shit. You know, I ain't know that. I thought they'd just be cool that I'm not out there hunting bitches. Anywho, so she's upset that I'm in my piece and she's not the one who provided it for me. And that's when an argument started, because I could have done something like clean the living room or did the dishes or something, you know what I'm saying? And that argument, you know, me, I'm not really a big arguer when it comes to my partner. When it comes to other people, I'll fight you all day, Shelly. But when it comes to my partner, I tend not to try to argue with them. Because, you know, I'm very lethal. And I didn't want to argue with her, and that caused more friction. And she decided that she wanted to throw. Now, again, about me, my collection of clothes is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Impeccable. I'm talking about my shoes, everything. Absolutely amazing. I don't wear no J's and shit. My pea coats are amazing. My overcoats are amazing. All my shit is amazing. And she decided she wanted to throw all my shit outside. Like, just start throwing my shit outside in the street, outside, right? Now, men, this is for the kings. Let me tell you something. There's nothing more important than the woman that you choose to be your partner. So when she starts throwing my shit outside, I then tend to pick my shit up from my closet and throw that shit outside with her. We both start throwing all my shit outside, all of it. Toss shoes, clothes, my pea coat. Oh my God, it was such a perfect pea coat. It was called like amber rust. That was the color. It was like an amber rust. It was so sexy. And I threw that bitch outside, and we throwing all my shit outside. My Mianis, if you know anything about Mianis, them John's $500 shoes, and I'm throwing them bitches outside. Bah, bah, bah. And then after we got done throwing all my shit outside, I was like, all right, bet. Are you ready to talk now? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you ready to talk? And she was so upset that she didn't get a reaction out of me that she thought she was gonna get, like a angry reaction, that she was like, no, fuck you. And I'm like, ooh, now, you know, I don't like those. Those are disrespectful to a whole different degree. All right. So then, you know, she calmed down after I gave her a little bit of time. She apologized, and then she would go pick my shit up. and go put it back, and then had to go get my shit cleaned and shit. But that was an important time for men. Even if it's your shit that you fucking love, there's still nothing more important than your partner. And even though she felt so neglected at the time, you have to read through the lines, right? Now, ultimately, she's still my ex-wife. So, hey, it what it is. But at that time, there was no thought in my mind that I had to get rid of her. My thought was, you are screaming for help. You are screaming for something, and I have to listen. So you know what, men, I'm going to tell y'all that sometimes you just got to listen. You don't have to react. You got to listen. Now, after she told me, of course, I disagreed, and that was an argument in itself. But at least I listened. Men, just listen. I promise. It works. Don't react. Don't go mad. Don't put no hands on a woman. None of that shit. All that shit don't matter. None of that shit matters. At the end of the day, your peace matters. So if you have to replace her or trade her in for a new model, go ahead and do it. But listen first.
I love that, JR. I love the fact that you went and helped her throw your shit out and to make her feel better. I'm over here teary-eyed because
I'm literally crying.
Like, guys, take note. If she throw your shit out, you start throwing your shit out too. I love it. Now, the only thing that was missing was a little bit of fire, but that's okay. I'll go with that.
No, that was perfect. And the funny part about this is the fact that me and Shelly as women are getting emotional. Literally, you guys were crying at the fact that he's like, you would have thought he was preaching a sermon. I went in there and I threw out my shit with her. We're both like, oh my God, that's just the sweetest thing. Because, oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
I think you know what it is. And maybe you're gonna be like, nah, I didn't do that. But it was the absence of pride in that moment.
Yes.
I think that's what's like for us. We're like, oh shit.
I think it was more. I think it was too much pride, actually. I think because I have so much pride in my relationship more than I have pride in just myself.
But that's the part. That's the part. Like your lack of like putting yourself above her.
And I think that's again, because I do believe women, not just the one I picked, but just women in general. I think they have a problem with communication because they don't like being in a vulnerable state. That I have to be better myself at communication, which is why I took classes, is why I read a lot of books, which is why I like relationships are a serious thing. So I was actually prepared to be in one, which I still am prepared. I just choose not to, but I am prepared to be in one. So because of that, if she says, fuck you, I know what she's really mean is like, hey, look at me. There's a problem, so it's other thing. She says, shut up. It doesn't mean actually like she wants you to shut up. It really means like, hey, look, I gave you the respect when you were talking. Now give me the respect to, like, there's underlines that you have to understand as a man, that you have to understand about your woman. Definitely if you pick them, you know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of things. Men don't take a lot of pride in the woman they pick to understand who she is inside and out. So I think that's a big thing for our kings to understand.
What's going to be the title of this episode? Because I feel like we went around.
All my exes live in Texas, like I'm George Strait. Yeah, all my exes live in Texas.
All right, so
seriously, all my exes do live in Texas, which is wild, by the way.
That's not true. You said that you have girls from Germany.
I don't consider them exes. I'm some bitches.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Wow. That's ridiculous. You literally
respectful women.
Oh my gosh, what all did we talk about? I don't even remember. This was like a melee. You know what? Title this melee, because this was a melee of conversation.
I don't think everybody's gonna understand that.
You're right. You could still title it ex's story. We talked a lot about our ex's story.
We did talk about exes.
Did we? A lot.
I talked about like 2 of mine, 3 of mine.
Oh, you make like that seem like it's a lot.
Well, that's all I got. I only got like 3.
My thing is, it's gonna be a roller coaster. Because 1 minute we're serious, the next minute we're laughing at a crazy story, and then the next minute we're back serious again. We cried at the fact that you threw out your clothes with your ex. What?
I still have that overcoat. I should show y'all too. It's so fucking simple.
Yeah, I mean,
Life with G presents Funhouse, because this really was a fun house if you think about
it.
Not
gonna this be was fun.
But it was the roller coaster. Listen, a fun house. Sometimes you scared, sometimes you laugh, sometimes you're like.
Her examples are great. Shelly, your examples are so good. Why am I sober for this?
I'm like, I'm trying to find like a cohesive set.
It's
I'm trying to find a cohesive trail to follow when I edit this. What
there is no cohesion. That's the beauty part of a fun house. You never know what you're gonna turn when you go left, you go right. You're gonna be
Name it.
scared, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be
Name
what the
it
fuck?
not a gender war 3. Name it not a gender war 3.
Not
Because
and then they're gonna
that's
see gender
exactly what
war
it
and
is.
they're not gonna click.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't? Who I would click on that quick as a bitch. I would click
Not
on gender
gender
war. Talk about these
war.
bitches niggas. Fuck them dog ass niggas.
For real.
We've said
Well,
that so
chill.
often though. We've said
Chill.
it so often that it's like we get
Yeah.
it. We
Now,
get it.
look, we agreed a lot at the end, so I
We
think the extra
did.
stories was good. We didn't,
Oh,
G. I feel like we agreed.
oh, I
You
think
don't
this
roll your eyes like that.
I think this should be titled
I
when
crossed them.
yo, I kid you not. I think this should be titled When Pigs Fly and Worms Have Ears, because I never thought in 1,000
You and
years
your
I would have gonna agree with JR like full
we
heartedly.
agree with him often, Shelly.
No, we agree
Thank
to a
you.
certain point. No, we agree to a point, but the
See
last
how
couple
women
times
are
I've agreed
complicated? I'm on your side. Because how
Thank
you
you.
agree, but you only agree to a certain point.
because wrong or right, you said it earlier. We'll agree with him, but then he'll say
No,
some
I'm not
off the wall
saying I'm not,
shit.
but I'm saying we agreed with it. Whether we agreed to a certain point, we still agreed. We agree with
No,
him a lot.
but no,
Charlie,
but
you
this
agree with me
time,
on everything I say, so stop it.
I do not. Please don't go there at all.
Hey, make sure you put this in there. Look, I understand that I might come off a little rugged with a lot of things, right? But like I said before, I am really a good man. But I truly do believe that the woman, she deserves a good man. And I mean, like any woman, they deserve a good man. And that is the least I can do for the woman that I choose to be with, because I do feel like that woman earned it. So when she earns it, I think I need to do everything in my power to make sure that I am a good man for her. And I think a lot of other men, definitely the kings who with me, they should believe that too. Now, the ones that don't but say they do, hey, shame on you, little nigga. Shame on you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I agree.
like
I
that.
agree. And I think you guys should take a page out of JR's book and make sure that you are ready. You're already like, if you want to be in a relationship, go ahead and start educating yourself and preparing yourself for the lucky lady who's gonna be in your life. And women, you need to do the same. We need to
Absolutely.
educate ourselves, do your self work, make sure that your emotion, like you're self aware, so you can assist that man in understanding you and providing for you and protecting you.
Absolutely. Everything G has said is definitely valid. Ladies, make sure to do your work. Like JR said, fellas, do your work for that one person. Everybody don't deserve that. Now, I do want to push this out there. Wanting companionship is one thing. Needing companionship is something totally different. Do not settle. Do not give up what you truly value just because you feel like you need a companion. Do your work and it'll come to you. Be patient.
that was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. I'm so upset. Like, that was so beautiful. Gee, I'm
Why
really
are you
upset.
upset?
Because like people are gonna hear that and they're gonna be like, yes, 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 girl, yes. You know what I'm saying? But when I sit there and say, you gotta earn that shit, people be like, yo, shut the fuck up, JR.
You're right. You're right.
Once again, JR, you and I both, it's not what you say, it's how you deliver it.
Yeah, you know what?
Ladies, make him earn that cat.
Yes, yes. Niggas, earn that
Yes.
shit, bro. Like, level the fuck up, bro. Like, stop being some bums out here. Level up, earn that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I concur.
Just don't put a ring on it first. Try not to. You know what I'm saying? It's a game out here now. It's a game. It's a game out here. And women are beating y'all ass. So make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do what y'all got to do.
On that note,
We didn't do intros again.
we never do
Whoops.
intros.
Outros, y'all.
It's it's your girl G, the Puerto Rican podcast princess, your favorite baby mama in the building, and
It's Shelly Shell, your favorite podcast vixen, bringing you a new perspective. All you have to do is listen.
And JR.
What's up? What it do? It's your boy JR back at it again. You already know I'm here for the Kings. Hey, women, send nudes.
All right, we're gonna take this to the lives.
All right.
Bye. Oh, I don't think I told you guys bye. Bye.